Welcome to this video on engineering automation at scale. We'll be reviewing a technical guide to self-hostable, fair code workflow automation, which allows orchestrating data, logic, and AI agents with absolute control. Automation is plumbing, not magic. It's about designing a sequence of steps, defining the logic, and controlling the data shape. The orchestration layer combines visual low-code nodes for speed with custom code, APIs, and webhooks for limitless power. A workflow execution starts with the input, where data flows sequentially from left to right. Nodes are the individual steps that trigger workflows, transform data, route logic, or send outputs, resulting in transformed output data. n8n processes data as an array of items within a data payload, primarily using JSON for structured fields. Binary data, such as files and images, is handled securely alongside JSON logic. To initiate an action, you must select the correct trigger mechanism. A push mechanism uses a webhook node when an external system initiates action, while a pull mechanism uses a scheduled trigger node when n8n initiates the action for routine synchronization or batch processing. Workflows scale from dynamic expressions for fast field mapping and referencing to custom code for unlimited logic. The code node allows you to write raw JavaScript or Python to normalize data, compute scores, or build intricate arrays. Real automation requires a resilient pipeline with validation and normalization. This example shows an architecture for a lead intake pipeline that receives a JSON payload, checks for existence of fields, normalizes data, and posts it to an external CRM. The HTTP request node is the universal escape hatch. It ensures you're never limited by the built-in integration catalog, allowing n8n to interact with any application or internal microservice that exposes a REST API. Architecting for graceful failure involves setting global error workflows to catch out-of-memory or bad configurations. You can also use the stop and error node to intentionally fail executions under specific business logic conditions and capture detailed execution data for triage. When orchestrating binary data across sub-workflows, you must explicitly map the binary data in n8n v2. This is done by ensuring the node outputting the binary data connects directly to the sub-workflow call, mapping it as binary.data. n8n anchors AI in predictable logic, mixing LLM generative flexibility with deterministic workflow guardrails. This helps increase reliability, prevent hallucinations, and implement human-in-the-loop approvals for safe AI agents in production. The LangChain ecosystem is implemented natively within n8n via cluster nodes. You can build complete RAG pipelines or autonomous web scrapers visually without managing Python dependencies, integrating memory, tools, and different models. Agentic workflows can be deployed as RAG systems for verified responses, autonomous scrapers for multi-step data mining, or multi-agent teams to coordinate specialized sub-agents for complex processes. For self-hosting, the Fortress architecture demands robust security layers. This includes TLS encryption, SSRF protection, governance with encryption keys, SSO, SAML, and restricting API access and module imports. Self-hosting also ensures data sovereignty and GDPR compliance by granting control over personal data location. You should configure automatic log pruning and ensure data processing agreements are in place for any third-party APIs. Enterprise governance requires robust authentication, permissions, and auditing. Utilize SSO and SAML for central identity management, role-based access control, RBAC for precise access, and audit logging for compliance with security records. Apply source control by treating workflows as code, enabling full change history and instant rollbacks. Push JSON workflow definitions to Git services like GitHub, and use staging environments for testing before promoting to production. n8n, Make, and Zapier offer different strengths. n8n excels in high-volume processing, custom code execution, and data sovereignty, offering self-hosting and native LangChain integration. Selecting your deployment architecture starts with Community for technical viability. Move to Cloud for smaller, managed workloads, and upgrade to Enterprise for mandatory cross-team collaboration and strict compliance with features like SSO, Git version control, and SLAs. n8n synthesizes flexibility and control. It merges the velocity of visual low-code building with the flexibility of custom JS/Python and APIs, and the control of self-hosting and enterprise governance, RBAC.